Hi, it's Tico Venturi with Venturi Realty Group of Keller Williams Realty, and it's time for a real estate market update for Albuquerque, New Mexico, March 2020. I've got January, February numbers as well as some long-term trends. And what I wanted to do this month is look at, some of the monthly stuff like sales, like the chart we're looking at here, and then also look at long-term trends on pricing, because kind of month-to-month moves on prices don't tell us as much. So let's take a look at this. I want to show you, this is current number of homes for sale, and we've got it broken down by the 200 and under, the 2 to 4, the 4 to 6, and the 6 and above. And you can see the number of homes for sale for the 200 under is down 60%. So that's really the story of our market, is short supply homes, especially in the lower price point. There's not a lot to choose from. People are having to make multiple offers or getting multiple offers on properties, especially in those lower price points. You'll see even in the higher price points here, the 600 and above and the 500 and 4 to 6, the number of homes selling are down, or number of homes available are down there as well. And then of course across the board we're down 40% from last February. So big moves in the number of homes for sale. Let's just look at a couple other things. Number of homes going under contract. February was up 26% over last year. These bars over here are the whole price. You can see the biggest move was in that 2 to 4 price range. Not a whole lot of move in that 2 and under, and that's really just a supply issue, not a demand issue. There's tons of demand for homes in that lower price point. And then let's look at actual closed sales for the month. So if we're looking at February, we've got 811 at this point on the 3rd. Probably about where we're going to bottom out. A little bit of an increase, well, 8%, so that's a good increase. Again, you can see the biggest move was in that 2 to 4. Again, not so much. It's just, there's just not as much to choose from in this lower price point. Now, I'm going to switch this all up, so bear with me here a second. And we're going to look at things a little bit differently. I want to look at some long-term trends, specifically around pricing. And I'm going to look at an annualized chart here. So, if you get all that, let's see. So we're looking at Greater Albuquerque, all residential housing, and we're looking at a long-term price chart here. So, if you look at the number of closed sales, this is on an annualized 12-month rolling. You can see, obviously, we had that big run up back in the day. in 06 is when we kind of peaked out in the number of sales. Little bump up here. This is when we had the tax incentive for first-time home buyers. Market kind of moved up, and we had a little bit of pullback in 05, or excuse me, in 15. And ever since, we've just kind of been on this steady trajectory of increase in the number of home sales, peaking out right now in the last 12 months, over 12,000 homes sold in the Albuquerque market, which actually is not to the peak that we had back then. Again, I think this could be higher if we had more homes. Right now, there's not as much to choose from. But let me show you another couple charts here. I want to look at prices, because when you look at, let me move this. So when you look at the chart of, this is average price. And so again, average has moved up quite a bit recently. If you look at the 12-month rolling, it's gone up 7%. Average has been pushed up because of the lack of supply and the less number of homes selling in those lower price points. But you will see that we have surpassed the peak of 07, 08. So you saw that the peak in the number of homes selling was in the mid 06, and the prices peaked out in mid 07, which was kind of interesting. So if you look at this, we're, what are we at? 254. That's on a 12-month. And let's see, just for last month, we peaked out, we were at 256,794. We actually hit over 263,000. That was back in June. But let's look at price per square foot. That's a better indicator of actual price appreciation, not just average price or median price appreciation. So if we look at price per square foot, so here we are. February 12-month rolling average $131,000. excuse me, $131 per square foot, compared to back when we peaked out in '07 at 128. So you can see we had that really steep run up before the Great Recession, the big pullback, and then ever since we bottomed out in 12, we've just been on this steady, smooth trajectory. We have had an acceleration in the last few years here. Still not quite as steep as we saw back in the day. A lot of things that make what happened back then not able to happen if we do get a pullback. Who knows? But right now, everything is, if you've been in the real estate market at all in Albuquerque, you know the market is very, very strong. Lots of buyers out there looking for homes that they can't find. Interest rates hitting an all-time low again. So there's a lot of positive things. The builders are building as fast as they can, and their challenge is trying to build affordable housing. It's really difficult for new construction for them to build things under $250,000 in the metro area, just because of cost of land, cost of labor, cost of materials. All that stuff goes into that. So at this point, it looks like we're going to continue this trend all the way through summer. And have a very strong market. So if you're thinking of selling, thinking of buying, not sure what to do, want to have a consultation, give us a shout. Thanks for watching.